Yeah. Okay, so the big question is, you kind of meet different therapists. How do you know when it's a good fit?
You know, you talk to people.
Yeah.
So when I have somebody who wants to come see me, I'll have a 15-minute phone call with them just to see if they like my personality. We'll talk about what the issues are that they might want to talk about, how I might approach them. And then if it feels like a good fit, you're comfortable with the person, what they're saying makes sense, then you can think that might be somebody that I could work with. And I usually recommend calling 3 or 4 people. And after you talk to a few people, you'll have a sense of who you connect with.
For sure.
And
Who you vibe with over the phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah.
It's really important.
Some people think that seeing a therapist means that you're crazy. And I know a lot of us are trying to come against that like stigma of like if you go see a therapy, you're a weirdo. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we're lucky that we're in LA and everybody has a therapist, so it's a lot easier for us here, right?
We need it.
Yeah.
We don't have as much stigma. But it's true, people do think that, and I think it's a little bit outdated. Used to be that people only went to see psychologists or psychiatrists if they were really bad off mentally.
Yeah.
This was in the past. You know, there were just there wasn't as much understanding of mental health as there is today. Also, I think in some communities, especially communities of color, there's a stigma about going to therapy because historically we haven't had access to that.
For sure.
And we've had to just deal with it ourselves, rely on faith, rely on family, which is good, but it's not the same as seeing a professional. And so I think, you know, we have to kind of update our thinking to match the field. Psychology has changed a lot. It's a lot better experience for people of color now. There's a lot more therapists of color. So specifically those things, I think, impact why people think you have to be crazy to go to therapy, but you don't. Go before you feel crazy. Go before you feel crazy.
Don't wait till the symptoms get
But what sort of things can a therapist help with?
Therapy helps with a lot of things. So therapy helps specifically for a few reasons. One is there's this really interesting research that actually talking about things can decrease the emotional reaction in your brain.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just saying it out loud.
Yes, putting words to it. So you know how if something has happened to you, it's something bad, you bottle it up, nobody else knows.
The worst.
It can feel so overwhelming. You feel like you literally might just get crushed by the weight of it. But once you tell somebody else, even just the first time, you feel a lot lighter. There's actually something going on in your brain that helps that happen by talking to people. So that's one of the ways therapy helps. And then therapists also give you tools for dealing with your problems. So you might feel depressed or anxious or fight with your partner and you just don't know what to do. Therapists have tools to deal with that they'll share with you.
Instead of your friend going, girl, just leave him.
Exactly.
Right? Dr. Erica,
Sometimes she's right.
Thank you so much for chatting with us. You have such good insight.